Hey, this is Josh Kimmel, and you're watching Showdown with Justin Barley and Josh Kimmel. That's right. It's Wednesday, December 10th, and it's the first week of the playoffs for the majority of you. So we're going to sit down here, talk about these matchups, and help you get a win in your is it quarterfinal? In your quarterfinal matchups. Justin, don't mess this button up. Let's get it started.
You're watching the Start Sit Showdown only on Fantasy Now Plus.
I know you're such a perfectionist, and it's hilarious to see when something goes wrong in the background, your face. Just hilarious to me. But with that being said, welcome to the show, my peoples. It is going to be an excellent show today because we have some amazing matchups, some all-star matchups, and we have some I want to see. I haven't spoken with Justin since the tragic news of Mr. Daniel Jones, and the Colts have been down. How are we feeling today? Just wellness check in on my buddy, my best friend, my boss. You doing okay?
Dadgummit, I'm doing great.
Good. We haven't, like I said, we've barely spoken this week. I've been very busy, very occupied at real life work. And just wanted to check in. I know that we texted a little bit. I'm serious. Are you talking to anybody about this? Like, how are you getting through the pain of losing your franchise quarterback?
You just move on. I mean, you got to remember I had to deal with this back in June also when Tyrese Halliburton tore his Achilles in the NBA Finals and lost the Pacers the finals. Now we got Daniel Jones tearing his Achilles and effectively ending the Colts season, which is it's fine. But 44-year-old Philip Rivers here to save the day. So
we're expected to see Daniel Jones on WWE television pretty soon with crutches.
Probably.
WWE. Okay, I can't wait for that.
But
anyway,
he's not that kind of guy, though. He's not that kind of guy. But yeah, no, it's Philip Rivers or Riley Leonard. It's the two starting quarterbacks
in my playoffs. We're gonna get to the matchups. We're gonna get to everything. But I just want to in my matchup, my home league, I have Daniel Jones, and I was able to get Riley Leonard for $0, and I was able to pick up Philip Rivers at 4 a.m. For free. Very active league, by the way. I don't know what that says about my decisions for picking these players up, but that's what I did. But let's get into the matchups, man. We have
for real, who knows? Because what if he gets points? What if he never starts a game? Yeah. What if he goes out there and scores 25 points a game? He's running the exact same offense, or he was running the exact same offense at the high school he was coaching at. That the Colts run today and was in weekly calls with Shane Steichen. The mentals are there. It's whether or not the physicals are there.
Today, guys, we're breaking down the difference between a high school playbook and an NFL playbook.
Same playbook.
Exactly the same.
They ran the same playbook. They had weekly meetings.
You guys are in shambles up there. Like it's snowing. You lost your quarterback. Either way, let's get into the.
At least I don't have a franchise quarterback still leading my team to a 7-6 Tampa. Or 6-7 Miami. Like at least we have excuses.
You know what? I'm not going to argue any of that. You know why? Because you're right. You are correct. We're stuck with 2. Anyway, we have. Let's get to these awesome quarterbacks for Dart.
Cut you out.
Versus.
Cut you out.
Let's start with these awesome. Justin, can you get your shit together? I don't usually curse on this well-produced, fine program. Can we get this together? Like, can we get it cohesive?
Maybe if somebody was on time today, we could have.
Jaxson Dart is playing the Washington Commanders this week, and Trevor Lawrence, he gets to go to, or I don't know if he's going to the New York Jets, but he gets to play the New York Jets. So we have 2 optimal matchups for these 2 fine quarterbacks for your Week 15 matchup. Jaxson Dart is coming off of a bye week. Trevor Lawrence is throwing dimes to Jacoby Myers and Britton Strange. Who would have thought in Week 15 we'd be talking about those people as the Jacksonville Jaguars lead receiving? We thought it'd be Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr., but here we are. So therefore, I'm going to let you go ahead first to get yourself ready, because I'm late. I still got to pull my notes up. So let me get that handled.
Look what I did today. Look what
wow,
I did today.
We have a whole whiteboard.
I did notes today. I got a clipboard. I took notes today. We'll see how good my notes are. I'm just gonna go ahead and put those right there on my screen. Okay, so Jaxson Dart is scoring about going up against Commanders, who allow 20.2 points per game, which is the sixth most to the quarterback position. Dart is averaging about 155 yards per game, which the Commanders have allowed a lot, over 11, I think is what my notes say. 11 games over 155 yards. And they've allowed 10 games over 2 touchdown passes. Dart's averaging about 17.7, so he's averaging less than what the Commanders are averaging for the season. Flip side, Lawrence going up against the Jets, who allow 16.6, so which is actually right in the middle of the field, about 16th most points per game. Lawrence gets about 17.5. So again, we got a quarterback that is scoring less than the average the defense is letting up, and a quarterback scoring a little bit more than the average than the defense is letting up. Lawrence is averaging 221 yards per game, which the Jets also have allowed 11 games over that amount, but they only have 8 over 2 touchdowns. So this is actually a lot closer matchup than what it appears to be. Lawrence and the Jaguars are doing very well lately. Jacoby Myers has really turned that offense completely around. However, I think Dart and the Commanders, who just watched JJ McCarthy become an all-pro quarterback again, apparently. McCarthy can play against 2 teams, the Chicago Bears in week 1 and the Washington Commanders, without literally anybody on their team. So I'm going to go Jaxson Dart here. It's very close in my opinion, but I think he can get closer to that 20.2. I think he gets about 22 points this week.
Okay.
The rushing upside also helps, but both of these quarterbacks have rushing upside, so it's kind of moot there.
It is. And I'm glad you went Jaxson Dart. Today we switched roles. I don't know if you guys noticed. He's Mr. Stat guy. He's got all that. Hasn't worked out for me all season. It hasn't. So
I'm always
today
that guy, but I actually did more notes on stats.
Today we're going straight vibes. And when I talk vibes, I talk Jaxson Dart. Jaxson Dart's got all the vibes. I have no doubt that this guy is an all-star superstar in the making. The last week he played was week 13 against the Patriots, where he did struggle, but they are the New England Patriots. He's torched every single defense, whether it be through the rushing ability, which his floor seems to be 50 yards. I mean, I know he had a couple games under that, but he's had more 50-yard rushing games than he's had not 50-yard rushing games. Week 13 against the Patriots, he only had that 20, but that's fine. It happens. He's not going to run the ball a ton all the time, especially if they're down. My thing with Trevor Lawrence is he's super inconsistent, but you're like, hey, Josh, but he's rattled off 20-point games and 3 straight almost, week 14 against Indy, 19.4. But Josh, he's done this and he's improved, and that offense is gelling right now. They played the Tennessee Titans where he scored the 21 points. He's played Arizona where he scored the 20 points. I mean, I'm not saying these are reasons why he's doing well. I'm just saying that taking a point where he is torching these defenses. Whoa, Josh, he's going against the New York Jets. He is going against the New York Jets. That is juicy. That entices me so much. But again, Jaxson Dart's going to give you the bigger upside with the rushing. You say Trevor Lawrence has the rushing upside as well. He does. He only has 1 game with 50 or more rushing yards. Just 1. I looked through the rest. It's starting 20, 16, 18. Jaxson Dart's running the damn ball. Sorry for cussing twice on the show today, boss. I'm just so passionate about Jaxson Dart. Yeah, I just feel like the Washington Commanders defense is cooked. Going straight vibes. Give me my guy, Jaxson Dart. That being said, we're tied. So next one, I'm picking the total opposite of you no matter what, and here's why. Because we have Jonathan Taylor at the running back position with a new quarterback, and then we have Bucky Irving. We have hometown versus hometown. Let's go. For me, this is pretty simple. It's It's Bucky Irving, right? Is it Bucky Irving? Are we confident? I can't wait. You're smiling because I know you have all the stats. That's why I went Bucky. Are we confident that a 44-year-old grandpa, literally grandfather,
Hey, it could be 21-year-old Riley Leonard.
could be 20-year-old Riley Leonard? It could be either or. I don't know where they're leaning. That tells me I don't want to put my fantasy football in a situation where I don't know where they're leaning. I don't know if it's going to be a 6th-round rookie leading that offense or a 44-year-old legit grandfather. On the other side, Bucky Irving, yes, he is a kind of risky upside play, but we know what's going on with Bucky Irving and where he stands, especially since he's been back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, Jonathan Taylor is a superstar. How could you say sit your studs, and especially in a playoff matchup? I don't know if I feel comfortable doing it. Both of these players, let's be honest, are going to be in your fantasy football matchup this week. They're going to be in your lineup. They both have a good floor. One's playing against the Seattle Seahawks. That's Jonathan Taylor. I'm worried about that defense and that they're just a better team. They're just a better team that Bucky Irving has to play. So that being said, with the pass catching ability that Bucky Irving gives, with the offense of usage that he gets week in, week out with Tampa Bay when he's healthy, I'm going Bucky Irving. I don't want any part of the Colts anymore. I got no disrespect to them. I've been rooting for them all season long. I just don't want to put my fantasy football goodness into the unknown. Give me Baker, give me Godwin, give me Bucky, give me that offensive line, give me the Buccaneers. Give me what I know versus what I don't know. Now you're talking running back. If they're not in the red zone, if they're not moving the ball, what are we going to get? Go ahead. Please smash me on the Jonathan Taylor. I want to hear it. I set you up. I literally set you up on a tee.
Do you know Jonathan Taylor has more 20-plus yard rushing touchdowns than any other running back in the league? So it doesn't matter if they're in the red zone or not. He still scores touchdowns for more than 20 yards outside the red zone. So who cares about the red zone? Like Jonathan Taylor doesn't. They still have an offensive line, right? They didn't all just die. Like I still think they do exist, and that's kind of an important part of the game. Does the Buccaneers have an offensive line? I can't remember. Are they dead? I thought they were
the
dead.
best. Oh. They have the best offensive lineman in the world, but they don't have any other ones.
Okay, so I forgot offensive line was just one player. I forgot about that. Okay. So Jonathan Taylor is averaging 104 yards per game, which is first in the league. He's getting 23.8 points per game, which is second in the league, I believe, behind Christian McCaffrey. The Seattle Seahawks are allowing only 16.3, which is the 5th least amount of points per game, which is tough. Seattle's only allowed 2 rushing touchdowns all season. Jonathan Taylor has like 6 games with 3 or more rushing touchdowns this season. Seattle's also never allowed a double-digit scorer. So, 1-1. That's it. They have 4 games allowing over 50 yards and no games allowing over 100 rushing yards. Seattle's defense is tough. Bucky Irving on the other side, averaging 58 yards per game, 17.4 points, where Atlanta's defense is allowing 20.8 points per game, which is about 15th, right there in the middle. Atlanta's allowed 5 touchdowns on the ground. 3 of those were from Jonathan Taylor overseas. They have 4 games that have allowed for over 50 yards and 1 over 200 yards, which was Jonathan Taylor. So I surprisingly would start Bucky Irving in this matchup.
I'm surprised.
It's the defense. It's 100% the defensive side of the ball. If you're looking at the 2 defenses, I think Taylor is a much, much, much better running back than Bucky Irving. Don't get me wrong there. I think he's elite. He's gotten you all the way to the playoffs for a reason. He has carried teams to the playoffs. He has been an unstoppable force. However, he's got the Seattle defense with an unknown quarterback. It's going to be Riley Leonard if he's healthy. If not, it's going to be Phillip Rivers. It's not going to be Brett Rypien. That's the thing. It won't be Brett Rypien. And so I'm a little concerned about who starts, who is going to be the starter. Regardless, it's going to have to go through Jonathan Taylor. He's going to get the rushing which Seattle, I would assume, would understand that. And all week, I would be practicing to stop the run game. You don't even need to worry about the passing game at this point. Just stop the running game. Let them try to beat you over the top. Because if you can stop Jonathan Taylor and you can stop the Indianapolis Colts, the Colts have lost just one game when Jonathan Taylor gets in the end zone, and that was this past week when Daniel Jones tore his Achilles. Every time before this last week, if Jonathan Taylor scores a touchdown, the Colts win the game. So if I'm Seattle, I would be 100% selling out to the run game. Bucky has Atlanta, and we saw what Jonathan Taylor did. So give me Bucky.
None of us, Charlie, none of us picked Taylor. I thought he was going to.
I set myself up. I set it up. I teed it off. Oh, you set me up. I went to swing, and then I swung at the other ball instead.
Yeah, to me, you hit everything spot on. So we agree on. We're 2 for 2 with agreements.
I don't.
Hopefully, this next one,
because you
changed that.
You were really bad last week, so I don't like that.
I was really bad. My fantasy teams were really bad last week.
You were 1-3 in this last week. I was 3-1. So we have to start differing on something.
Okay. Our next matchup, we have a fantasy superstar in Michael Wilson for the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah. And then we have another fantasy superstar, my favorite receiver in the league, Rashee Rice from the Kansas City Chiefs. This should be like, why are we talking about this in the playoffs? And I'll tell you why. Because Rashad Penny happened. Because Tyler Higbee happened. Because sometimes a player that is irrelevant comes into your life at the end of the year and just ruins everything. And that's Michael Wilson. And I'm lucky enough to roster him in like 99% of my leagues. And I had an argument with my friend today at work about how Michael Wilson's going to win a bunch of people leagues. And he's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, it's kind of true, because since I'll give you guys a stat now and you guys will be like, whoa, that's crazy. Since week 11, which is kind of when he took off, can't really do more than that. But since he's taken off, he's the third best player in fantasy. Not receiver, overall. Only Jahmyr Gibbs and Josh Allen have been above Michael Wilson since week 11. I don't get it, but I didn't get Tyler Higbee, but it happened. I didn't get Rashad Penny, but it happened. And those are kind of recent things that happened that took over playoffs. And then we never heard from those players ever again. Yeah, they're still in the league, or they kind of kicked the can around, and us fantasy experts told you guys to draft them early because they had 3 good games in a row. Then they never did anything else. But sometimes this happens, and this is what's going to happen. Unfortunately, Michael Wilson has a very, very, very bad matchup. The same opponent Rashee Rice just bombed against, and that's the Houston Texans. That's the issue. That is the problem. Now, Jacoby Brissett and Michael Wilson are literally playing on house money. They have nothing to lose. They're playing for contracts, or they're playing for opportunities next season. Someone explain this to me. And I already yelled about this on the Monday show. Why is it when Marvin Harrison's in there with Brissett, cool, bro, like normal targets, but when Michael Wilson's the lead receiver, 18 targets. Why is that? What's going on? He's obviously, that's why he's the top 5 player in fantasy since week 11. He's got the freaking volume, and that's all you need. But is the volume going to be good enough against Houston? I don't think so. I really, really don't think so. Rashee Rice, on the other hand, he might be even riskier. They're going against the Chargers, a divisional matchup. Mahomes struggled against Houston last week, throwing 3 interceptions, hence why I failed so bad last week in these picks, because I was so adamant that Mahomes was going to overcome this. If I don't think Mahomes could overcome Houston, I'm definitely not picking Jacoby Brissett or Michael Wilson too. So de facto reason I'm picking Rashee Rice. He's going to be the person I'm going to be starting over Michael Wilson. He's just the better player overall, and he's going to be given the better, more opportunity. I wouldn't say better opportunities, because we see Michael Wilson get 15 to 18 targets a game. But I think Rashee Rice's targets and opportunities are going to come from a better place to score more touchdowns, whereas Michael Wilson might have a game like 8 catches, 74 yards, no touchdowns. We hope. That'd be best case scenario against Houston. I'm going Rashee Rice. Why are you smiling? I'm going Rashee Rice.
I was doing some math. It wasn't about anything you just said.
Math. Thank you for not listening to me. Thank you for not listening to me. Thank you.
You said Rashee Rice. I get it. I hear you. Yeah, Rice only had 34 yards on 8 targets last week. I think he had like 4 receptions against the Houston Texans, which is tough. The Texans have only allowed over 50 yards to a receiver 3 times this season, only once to over 100. That was to Khalil Shakir. And they allow the 3rd least amount of points to the wide receiver position with only 21.2. However, on the flip side, the Chargers are actually better than you think they are. They only have allowed the 2nd least amount of points to the wide receiver position at 20.3 on the season. They've only allowed 2 touchdowns, just like the Texans, and have actually allowed less 50-yard games, only 2 instead of 3 to wide receivers. Only 1, which was last week for the Chargers, AJ Brown, who had 100 yards. So here's the next real thing. Wilson has 11.6 fantasy points per game this season, but I'm going to forget everything that happened before 4 weeks ago when he actually became a thing. He has 24.8 points per game over the last 4 weeks since he's broken out. Rashee Rice has 19.7 points per game, which is also a very, very high number. So I was laughing about, I wonder what would happen if Michael Wilson actually got this same volume of targets all season that he's had the last 4 weeks, and it wasn't just the last 4 weeks. Remember when Puka Nacua had like 1 million targets his rookie season, 160 targets for a rookie wide receiver opposite of Cooper Kupp. If Michael Wilson got the same volume of targets all season in a 17-game season, he would have 238 targets.
Yep.
That's insane. Like, that's absolutely insane. We might. This could just be a one-hit wonder. This is his 1 year that he's going to be good. This is the Calvin Ridley year where he has like a top 5 season and then just never is a thing ever again. Or this might be the start of something new. This might just end up being Arizona's best wide receiver. Yeah, I said it. He does have McBride, which does take away pressure, which I think does help. I think when Marvin Harrison's in there, he's getting less because Marvin Harrison's in there, obviously. So hopefully for Michael Wilson managers, Marvin Harrison doesn't come back at all this season. But I think I'm going to go with the player that has a slightly lesser defense. And this is like one of the best defenses in the league. But I'm going to go with the guy who has nothing to play for other than a contract, and that's Michael Wilson against the Texans, a non-divisional game. Whereas Rashee Rice has a divisional opponent. The Chargers are going to want to put the Chiefs out. If they beat the Chiefs, they're 6-8. They're going to have to stop Rice. They're going to have to stop Mahomes. They're going to have to stop that entire offense. So I'm going to go with Rashee Rice, mostly familiarity, but also for the fact that they need this win.
Yeah, his Michael Wilson's salary or contract ends after next year. He's 26 years old. I don't know how many 26-year-old receivers break out. That's all. It's not. This isn't.
I mean, that's fair.
25, man.
That's fair.
It's just we see, and I never fall for these kind of things. And I'm not saying that I'm better than you or he or she or whoever. But like when I see Justin Fields come out there and have 6 great games against 6 bum teams, I don't go, oh, I got to change my whole aspect of how I evaluated this player. Same thing with when Rashad Penny did it. Or like I said, Tyler Higbee or now Michael Wilson. I can't take a small sample size of a long career or what the average career of the NFL is probably not even 4 years. Let's be realistic. So the average, he's already played 4 years and we're expecting this breakout. We fall for this every year. Jerry Jeudy last year. He
doesn't have to be a perennial all-pro every year now. If he can go from week 11 to week 17 balling out, getting 18 targets a game, That I don't care. That wins me a championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine for this year, but what's going to happen is he's going to be overdrafted next year and yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
It's like,
And that's everyone else's fault. But everybody watching the show has to be smart enough not to overdraft him next year at his ADP, because his ADP is going to be like 5th round.
no, I don't think it's going to be that high. Anyway, either way,
I'm going to write that one down. Michael Wilson, 5th round ADP.
We have 2 minutes to do our tight ends, which is perfectly fine with me. Yeah, it's already 12:30, brother. You're late. You were late today. So we're gonna go tight ends. Oh, you already put him up there. Harold Fannin versus Jake Ferguson, and this one could be like, hey, Fannin's the dude now. Shadur Sanders and Fannin are awesome. He scored a touchdown. He had a breakout game. He literally had his breakout game, and so did Shadur Sanders. They played the Tennessee Titans. Is that correct? Can someone let me know? Do they play the Tennessee Titans?
Who?
The Cleveland Browns last week.
They play the Bears.
So, but they played the Titans last week, correct?
Yes,
Am I wrong on that?
The Titans last week. They played the Titans last week.
I'm glad he had a breakout game. I'm glad Shadur Sanders looked excellent. I'm not dogging either one. But he's playing the Bears this week, a little bit riskier. Fannin hasn't been consistent enough for me to go, hey, I should probably play him over the guy who was the tight end one for the first half of the season. Jake Ferguson is more consistent, of course, going to give you that double-digit point every single week. He's not giving you what he gave you from weeks 1 through 5. Just not happening anymore. You should have sold early on if you knew CD was going to come back. The fact of the matter is Ferguson's a staple in that offense. It's Minnesota Vikings. They've pretty much packed it in. They're not elite enough to cover anyone these days or even score points unless they're playing a bad defense. Yeah, this is it for me. Jake Ferguson, easy double digits. Don't overthink it. Do not look at the production from the Tennessee Titans game and go, well, Fannin could do that against Chicago. Why not? Well, there's a good reason why not. It's because they're not a good football team. Give me the guys with a good football team. Give me the guy with Dak Prescott throwing him the ball. Guys, not a lot of analysis here. Keep it simple, stupid. Josh, me, I'm talking to myself. Jake Ferguson. Don't make the decision I made back in whenever year Robbie Anderson was a rookie and balled out. I started him over people that I knew were good at football because I wanted the hot flash in the pan. Gave me 0 points. I lost in the championship. Stupid decision. Keep it simple in the playoffs. Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferguson without CD has been a weapon. He's the target hog. Even with George Pickens there. I'm not even going to go through all my stats. They're pretty much almost even anyways. Between the Lions and the Bears on defense against the tight end position. Ferguson has less points per game this season. He's also playing a tougher defense and points allowed per game, but we're not factoring in that CD. None of that factors in. CD's not most likely not going to be playing or will be severely limited. So with that, I'm also going to go with Jake Ferguson. So we differed on one today.
Quick question for the chat, since I never ask questions. If you roster JJ, Justin Jefferson, and CD Lamb, would you start Tet McMillan or Wan'Dale Robinson?
Tet.
All right. I got a buy. Trick question. I'm on buy. No big deal. I'm talking about your league, Justin. I was so mad CD went down.
Let's get to some questions here. I dropped a Mecca and got McMillan. And for Alec Pierce, I got Michael Wilson for since T. Higgins might not play. That's smart moves. Drop Charbonnet to pick up Bam Knight.
Jamie forgot. Drop Charbonnet for Bam Knight. Yeah. What's his face? Benson, that bum. He's not coming back this year.
Yeah, he's not coming back this year at all. So
can you highlight Jamie? I don't think submitted a waiver in Super League ever. And I do pretty good. This year I'm not good. But it's
no,
okay.
you got eliminated, so
yeah, I'm not good this year.
Yeah. Looking ahead to week 16, who would you rather, Waller versus Bengals or Gesicki versus Miami? Hold on, we gotta get through week 15 first. Unless you have the bye, then we can skip 15.
That person, yeah, Jonathan has the bye. Jonathan's a stud. I picked up Gesicki and started him last week, and I was really super happy about it.
Did you get points for Gritty?
So I said on Monday, my favorite Gritty of the whole world. It's the best Gritty of all time. But
Hope you have
Waller's only had 3 targets in each of the last 2 games, just 3 catches in the last. I don't feel good about Waller or the Miami Dolphins offense whatsoever.
But if he gets 4 receptions over the next 4 weeks, he hit 17 on the season. So,
hey, what was my bet? What did I say I was going to do? I forgot.
You said 17. So yesterday's waiver show, Charlene and I said 5. He has to get 5. He has to get to 18 so we can come back on here and we're like, Josh, you were wrong.
It's not going to happen. He's going to get exactly 17.
Oh wait, did we actually answer that? Was it Gesicki?
I'm going to go Gesicki.
Yeah. Gesicki, yeah. Evans. Well, actually, hold on, time out. I just did a lot of stat research.
I know you like Waller. I
like Waller, but I don't like Waller this. Like he was fine in weeks 4 and 5, but that's it. But the Bengals have allowed a lot of points, a lot of things. They what was it? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 touchdowns to the tight end position this year. 11 touchdowns. But since the bye week, only 3 tight ends have scored. 3 tight ends have scored, and 2 of them were this past week. They're allowing a lot. So I don't think I hate Waller. I want to see what Waller does this week to see if he actually is getting used in that offense or not before I say Waller. But right now it's Mike Gesicki.
It's important to know that Tua hasn't thrown for over 200 yards since week 9. Barely reaches 175. Hasn't even reached 175.
Yeah, he's also been really bad as the water gets colder.
Yeah.
Is that game in Miami or is it in Cincy?
Bro, you think I know that?
You should. You're a Dolphins lover.
I'm a Dolphins sympathizer. Get it right, man.
It's in Miami, right. So Tua might actually have a good game in the warm weather.
It's cold, brother. What are you talking about? Warm. Let me tell you the weather right now.
What is it? 82 degrees.
Everyone in the chat, put your thermostat weather forecast down. I want to know. I'm at 6-7.
Ooh,
it's freezing, brother.
It's 39 here. Next up, Evans or Igbuka. If Evans does play, Igbuka's been bad since week 9.
Yeah, Igbuka's not great. Evans has a history of coming back too early and just being a decoy. He's done it almost every year he gets hurt. The first game, I hate starting him. He's usually like a 1 catch, 1 yard, 1 touchdown kind of game. It feels like, or 2 catch, 2 yards, 2 touchdowns. Evans has done that as well, coming back from a hammy injury or any kind of injury. This one's a little bit different. If Mike Evans goes, I'm going Mike Evans.
I'm going Igbuka. Decoy. Sitting both Panthers running backs this week, Rico and Hubbard. JRS, to be honest, we just haven't gotten to it yet. I just updated it though. It says week 15 now, but nobody has submitted their rankings yet.
I usually submit rankings after the rankings after the show, so Justin can't cheat.
And Justin has never looked at the rankings to see what Josh is going to do. So,
and I have to do the rankings because Topher and Flores analyze my top 3-ness.
Yes, they are always done by Wednesday night because we have to get them in for our Wednesday.
I'll have them done right after this show. I promise.
Yes, agreed. Hubbard, Evans, or Swift in the flex.
Hubbard, Evans, Swift. Man.
Oh, are we sitting the Panthers running backs this week? We never answered that question.
Oh, I don't think if you have an opportunity, if you have the luxury to sit a running back of that caliber, I applaud you. Yeah. First off. Second off, I can see you wanting to do it, but I don't see how you could do it. I don't see your other options. I don't know your
I'm starting Rico. I would start Rico unless you can sit both, but like if you have the you got really good running backs. Hubbard, Evans, or Swift. Swift is like one of the only targets, and he's one of 4 players that actually scores points now for the Bears.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Swift, but I get back to the Hubbard Rico situation. They're both split carries the last week they played. Chuba got the touchdown. I feel like this is going to be a lot of Walker Charbonnet situation, but on a better level because I think they're more efficient. And if you look at the history of it, if you look at Chuba, he's going to get the touchdown opportunities. So I would lean Chuba, to be honest with you. only because I see if they continue that same workload, they had the same amount of carries the week they played. They're both going to get in there. They have financial ties to Chuba Hubbard. They're not just going to let him go for some backup running back.
Superflex needs 2 QBs. Brissett, Hurts, or May. Brissett.
That's going against Houston. Gross. May's got Buffalo.
We talked yesterday. Brissett's floor is 18 points.
I'm going to go Hurts and May. I'm not, dude. If Patrick Mahomes, the greatest of all time, gets shut down by Houston, I'm not starting Jacoby Brissett, brother.
No, I'm going Hurts and May also. Las Vegas. And then May's just May. So it's also 49 degrees there. Lots of snow in Canada. Brees and Henderson over Rico.
Henderson's going to be a league winner this year. Yes. Brees, though, man.
Ramondre's getting really involved. Henderson's back to being RB2.
I know. We'll see.
Is Chuba's
Buffalo this week? But Buffalo's really bad against the rush. They're really good against the pass. I would definitely start Henderson this week. That's all.
Is Chuba a start? I have Genty as my RB2 and CMC as my RB1. Genty against the Chiefs is going to be tough. Or against the Eagles is going to be tough. I
don't want to start Genty ever again, man. After he's just been inefficient on the ground. Great PPR, like he catches a lot of balls, but they don't go for yardage. A lot of Chuba questions this week. People are getting back on the Chuba Hubbard bandwagon. The problem is you can't go Genty and who's his backup because we don't know. Like, we don't know if you're a Raiders fan or you're hardcore into that situation. But if you're a casual fantasy football player, you're like,
it's your boy, Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, again. But nobody, like, he's not even an option on any fantasy team. It's because Genty is the lead back. But if you get these opportunities and they're not going anywhere, you kind of want to go Chuba. I'm going to go Chuba. That sounds silly, but I'm going to go Chuba.
I'm fine with that.
New Orleans, like, Bucky did well. Whatever. I mean, okay. Bucky did well. It's in a dome. It's in a controlled environment. The Panthers are playing for something. They're on the rise. They're trying to win that division. Yeah, I'm going to go Chuba. I'm confident. I'm going to do it in my home league. And I'll screenshot it for you guys because I had that situation. Promise you. It'll be posted in the Discord. Yeah, I'm going to go Chuba. I just talked myself into it. Who asked that question? Great question, sir, ma'am, dude, bro.
If I'm not able to get Fannin from waivers, who would you look to start this week, Waller or Theo Johnson?
I'm not a fan of Waller. Tell you that. I'm Theo Johnson.
Theo is Theo. Chuba has a better matchup than Swift, and Evans coming off a prolonged injury is hard to trust, especially on the playoffs. I agree with you. The Bears play who again? The Browns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Tony Pollard just went nuts. Like, I know it's a one-off. I get it. But Tony Pollard just went nuts, man. And Swift isn't a bad. Swift's better than Pollard. The Bears are better than the Titans. I just prefer the better player on the better team. But I like Chuba too. Like, I'm not against Chuba. I'm starting him over Genty.
Thoughts on JT's fantasy production with Rivers? Are you expecting 25 to 30 touches? A, any points are going through Jonathan Taylor for the rest of the season for the Colts. B, I would expect about 25 rushes, probably at least 5 to 6 dump offs. So yeah, 25, 30 touches sounds about right.
I'm excited for the dump offs.
It will be
I'm
nice.
excited for the Jonathan Taylor. It's going to happen this week. I'm calling it. Jonathan Taylor is going to throw a touchdown to Tyler Warren. It's going to happen. Book it.
Tyler Warren is going to throw a touchdown this week too.
It's going to be opposite. Warren's going to throw it to Taylor. There will be a touchdown pass thrown by a non-quarterback from the Colts sometime by the end of the season. It's going to be fun to see.
It's most likely going to be Tyler Warren.
I mean, that's what the defense are expecting, but they're not expecting Jonathan Taylor. You got a big brain, this stuff, Justin.
If CD is out, which 2 wide receivers do you start? Watson versus Denver, Godwin versus Atlanta on Thursday, Sutton versus Green Bay, Fournier versus Minnesota.
I like Sutton. Watson is obviously done very well since coming back, going against Denver. I'd much rather have the opposite of Sutton going against Denver. I'd prefer that matchup. Flournoy, I'm not touching. Godwin, I'm also just kind of off on. I think he's limited upside. Very limited, very, very, very low ceiling for Chris Godwin, so I don't want to touch him. So it breaks down to Watson versus Sutton. And at the end of the day, with Jaden Reed or Jalen, is it Jalen? It's been so long. Jaden Reed coming back. Just the inconsistencies of the Green Bay offense with you don't know who's going to get the ball. Whereas we know Denver, it's going to funnel through RJ Harvey, Sutton, and Troy Franklin in some kind of organization. Whereas the Packers, it could be Josh Jacobs, Reed, backup tight. It could be anybody. So I'm going to go Cortland Sutton in this situation.
Considering both running back matchups, do you still prefer Chuba over Swift? I still prefer Swift, but it's just me. I will continue to say Swift over Chuba this week.
I will say Swift is probably, you'll feel better with Swift, but to be fair, I bet you the difference in points is probably about 2 to 3 points, which could be a lot, depending on if you lose by 2 to 3 points. But I think they're going to be very close. And I think if you want to rely on somebody to get the most work, it's going to be Swift. If you want to be a safer floor, you might want to go Chuba. So how about that? If you have if this is your running back 2 and your running back 1 is awesome and you just need someone to be safe, I think I would go Chuba. If you needed someone to go off for you, I would go Swift.
Would you look to pick up Dart or Eagles defense this week to keep away from my opponent? Continued on the next message. I would play either because I have Dak and Texans defense, but my opponent has Lamar and Packers defense. I would probably have to drop either both Emmanuel Wilson or Godwin.
I could drop. Yeah, if this is for the playoffs or you're in the playoffs and you want to advance, do everything you need to do to win. It's a weekly game. If you need a block. You're not going to start Godwin this week. You're not going to start E. Wilson this week. Block.
Yeah, even if Dart and the Eagles defense is sitting on your waivers and you could get them both so that your opponent doesn't. Yeah, I would. Devin Neal, Jalen Warren, or Ashton Genty.
You guys know I hate Genty. I prefer Warren and I hate Genty, man. I hate Genty. I hate that I drafted him in the first round in all my redraft. I can't stand him.
He's going to go off this week, right?
Probably. Since all the hate I'm giving him, every time I'd say something negative about a player, the opposite happens. So let's go Genty. Still starting Chuba. No, I would go honestly Jalen Warren, and I'd feel more comfortable with Genty just because of the volume. But you can't deny Neal has been involved in that offense and been producing.
I'm going to go Devin Neal. He's way more involved in the offense. Jalen Warren is split with Kenneth Gainwell now, and Gainwell gets the touchdowns. So, or has been. Is Vidal droppable or Bam? Trying to add Corum as an elite handcuff. Vidal and Bam aren't touching my lineup. If they're not touching your lineup, then go get Corum. Because I assume you have Kyron.
Yep.
Judkins or Woody Marks? I'm going Judkins.
I'm going to go Studkins.
Gibbs and Harvey are locked in. Tet and JMO are locked in. I'm going down swinging with Jalen Hurts. Hunter Henry is my reliable tight end. Drake London is out, so I'm flexing Swift. Yeah. Come back here when you win next week. Hopefully Swift gets you a better shot there. Flex 1 PPR, Pollard, Gainwell, Odunze, Pierce, Pittman, Monty, or Hunt. Not Odunze. I don't think I'm trusting a Colts wide receiver this week, sadly.
Man, do we go Gainwell? Do we have fun and go Gainwell?
I think I go Gainwell. Only
He knows
one game. The last 4 weeks, he's only had one game under 10 points, and that was against Buffalo.
And you know what, Doom?
Under 16.
Monday night wins are much more fun in the playoffs. So if you could watch the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday night, and you could see Kenneth Gainwell secure you that win, I always take that in consideration. I know you shouldn't, and nobody should say that, but I do. I definitely do. Primetime players are much more fun to be on your roster.
Especially in the playoffs. I remember last year, it was the Lions versus 49ers, and that got me 3 wins from that game specifically. So someone in my league took Genty and BTJ at 110 and 201. Man,
RIP.
Yep.
RIP.
I took BTJ in the first round this year in a dynasty startup. So I don't have Kyron, just trying to grab some upside.
Yep. That's what we do.
Especially as the Rams start getting closer and closer to just locking in for the playoffs, they're going to start throwing Corum out there more than Kyron to preserve Kyron for the playoffs. So
makes sense.
I hate that. Flex 2 half PPR, Jalen Warren, Devonta Smith, or Mike Evans. A lot of Mike Evans questions today.
Because coming back, Jalen Warren for me is a lock. Man, I don't like Devonta Smith. I don't value him at all. I'm gonna go Evans.
Targets. 8, 11 the last 3 weeks.
I don't value Devonta Smith, but I don't like Thursday night players either. But Thursday night, Tampa Bay Buccaneers need to win the game. They're playing Atlanta.
I'm fine. I don't want Evans this week.
If you don't like Evans, then I'm okay with Devonta Smith. To be honest with you, Smith's probably safer. Like, to be completely honest, he's probably safer playing the Las Vegas Raiders. They're awful. To be safe, yes, Smith, but to have fun, Evans. But we're here to win championships. And championships are fun anyway. So go with the smart pick. Talk myself into it.
Swift and Monangai are also on bench, so it's just for the hope that if Kyron gets hurt, Corum is correct.
It's perfect.
Especially since Kyron's also has already been injured at some point this season. Re-injury for running backs is always high. 2 wide receivers and 2 flex: Godwin, Jaden Higgins, Sutton, Marvin Harrison Jr., Pearsall, Tesla, Ramondre, and Tootin. We go Sutton and Higgins.
Sutton and Higgins. Yep. Well, if Higgins plays.
Tesla.
Ramondre. I think Ramondre is a start. I think
so. Yeah.
It's gross. That's so gross.
It's such a gross start, but
Tootin sucks. By the way, all you people making that Tootin short our most popular short on our site, where are you? Where are you? Negative 0.3 points last week or whatever it was.
1.5.
Yeah, I have to chuck a Smirnoff Ice for that.
He fumbled twice. Twice.
Yeah, where are all you keyboard warriors at now with that short? Yeah, come at me.
Yeah.
It wasn't even me who put it out.
Monangai. Oh, yeah. Did we say Ramondre? So Higgins, Sutton, Ramondre, and I'm going to say Tesla. Monangai, Rodriguez, Watson, or Tracy if he plays. Monangai.
First off, what's up, J Main 34? Just want to say hi to him. Monangai, Rodriguez, Watson, or Tracy if he plays. Gonna go Monangai.
Devin Neal or Chris Rodriguez in the flex.
Neal.
Yeah. Buka, Olave, Jennings, Tracy, or Judkins.
How many? So Stroud or Dart? We're gonna go Dart.
Yes.
That's who we're gonna go with. I
If
don't know how many
one here. I'm going
Olave.
Yeah. If it's
Olave.
2, Judkins.
Judkins if it's 2.
In full PPR. It's gonna snow for the Eagles Raiders game. I'd sit Smitty.
Thank you. But you know what? Titan style. And I know I gotta get we gotta get out of here, but
yeah, we do.
So long. Technology has gone so far, so ahead of these games. You go, oh, it's a snow game. Oh, it's a rain game. They score 40 points or something crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
But I'm with you because I'm still in that mindset. Like I'm almost 40. So I'm still in that same mindset. It's like, oh, it's weather, but they have so much technology now. I don't think weather matters as much as it did. The grass is warm. Like there's heaters under the ground. What is this? It's weird. How are we, by the way, going to keep an ice rink? Did you guys know that in about 2 months, we're having an outside hockey game in Tampa in Raymond James Stadium? How are we going to keep the ice cold? I'm so confused. I'm going to be there. Yeah, I'm going to go. Lightning and Bruins. Yeah.
Side in Tampa.
Yeah, we get the outside game this year in Tampa. I'm curious. It's going to be a freaking slush storm over there in Raymond James Stadium. Our players better not get hurt. We're hot, baby. I think we just beat Montreal last night. All right, let's get back into the questions.
We got 2 questions left. May or Goff?
It's gonna be May.
And then that's who I got in. Olave, Judkins, Dart, Nico, Sungadi, Shane McRae. Yep, that's good.
Thank you, JR.
Henderson, Waddle, or Tet?
Tet.
Herbert or Brissett?
It's not dry. It's gonna be frozen. And Brissett's got Houston, man. Like I can't confidently tell you to start.
Chiefs, and the Chiefs defense is not great. I'm going Herbert.
I'm gonna go Herbert. Yeah, Herbert.
Even with a broken hand. I didn't hear about no snow, and I live in Philly. I don't watch the news though.
Hey,
and
you know what? Let it snow. I've never seen snow, so I wouldn't even.
All
know
right, that's it.
But that's it. That's the show.
Gainwell, Monangai, Rodriguez, Aaron Jones. Start 2. I'm going Monangai.
Monangai. Dowdle. Gainwell. Dowdle. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna go
Monangai. I'm saying Gainwell.
I'm gonna say Gainwell.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Rocker Bow. Who's Brock? Brock Bowers? Bo Nix? Is it super flex? Brock Lesnar? Brock from Pokemon with Onyx? I like Bo. Bo Burnham? Bo Nix?
Wilson or Rico? I'm going Wilson. Assuming it's Michael Wilson.
Wilson. If it's Michael Wilson, I'm going to go Wilson.
Yes, you can put Bowers in your flex if you can afford it.
Brock Purdy. Oh, my goodness. Is it Brock Purdy? It's got to be Brock Purdy. Thank you.
Purdy.
We were going to talk Brock Purdy
or
today, Justin told me no. I'm going to go Brock Purdy.
I'm going Brock Purdy too. Yeah, so. All right, now we got to get out of here. You got to get back to work. So do I. So.
Yeah, let me wrap it up. You guys, I didn't say this up front, but follow us on the Discord or join our Discord. We had someone come in. We got people coming in daily. Please join that because we have a lot of fun over there. We have some playoff fantasy league coming out that Justin's putting together that he sent in my chat that I've literally not clicked on yet, but that's coming on and you can get into that league if you come into our Discord. Ask us about it. Yes, we have spots open. It's a playoff league. It's going to be fun. It's for everybody involved in our Discord. It's 1 million people. You want to be involved. Make sure you check out our website, right? fantasynowplus.com is where you can find our waiver articles, our rankings, which will be updated after this show. I apologize for that. I just can't give Justin an edge. He's already better at me at this. And then you can thank Finn's Talk Sports Network as well. If you have not checked them out, please do. Bobby Finn's Talk is the greatest guy in this whole space when it comes to YouTube creation. He lets us go on his channel as well to promote our show, and it helps out both shows. So go thank them as well. Go give them love at the Finn's Talk Sports Network. Great guys and women. They have women over there as well. Other than that, Justin, any news or not news, anything you want to say before we get out of here? I won't see you again until next Wednesday.
Discord link is in the chat. Also, you can go to the links in the description and you can click that and get to all of our stuff too. So
yeah, all that stuff. So until next week, guys, this has been the Fantasy Showdown with Josh and Justin. Hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Be safe. Peace out.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.